So you have learned about, in the last video you learned about app bars, bottom navigations and body. So let's move forward to build our body more complex, and let's study about like one of the important widget in Flutter. So right now I will just remove this. Let me just remove this widgets. Right. So I just clean on the code so you can check it. So the widget I'm talking about, just like very important in Flutter, is column. Okay. So as the name suggests, column is just a widget which holds another like list of widgets in a column. Okay, so just like a table, it holds children's, right? So in Flutter there are two types of widgets. One type of widgets only holds a child. So we took the example of center, right? So if I write center, right, the center can only have child, but the widgets like column, stack, list, view, so the widgets which have the list of widgets always contain the children's. Okay, so let's move forward. So column consists of children's, and it can hold like different list of children. So let's make, so you can say it can have, let's say you can have like box 1, then you can have box 2 over here, then you can have box 3 over here, right? So in column you can have multiple boxes, and in the screen you will get like box 1, box 2 and box 3. Okay, so let's give an example using a container. Let's make a container inside a column. Okay, and give him a chart. Such thing. Okay, this is what you to const. We can't use const in this. So let's start with the container. Let me make it for like 3 containers. Put height to 200, width to 200 also, and let's color off. What we are using, right? So 600. And you can see we have our first container. Let's make 3 of them. You have to use commas in this, and now you can see we have 3. Right now it's of same color. Let's make it a little lighter. So now you can see we have 3 containers over here with all different colors, and they all are of height 200 and width 200, right? So using column you can make it like this, and you can like list different types of widgets in one column, like a table. Okay, there are several properties we have in column. Let's say if you want to, it is like if there are 2 axes in column. So there are main axis and there is a cross axis. So for main axis, if you want to align the set the alignment, you have multiple options like main axis alignment, center, and space around between evenly and up. So let's assume we put the main axis alignment to center, and you can see the main axis is the column axis, right? So right now we are making a column, so the main axis would be center, like main axis would be this. Okay, the center of this will be considered. Okay, so you can have multiple options like space between. So space between is nothing but like one in the start, one in the end, and everything in the between. Okay, so everything will have the similar like equal space in the between. So again, space around. So as the name suggests, it will be nothing but like everyone has the space around them also. So you can see we also have space in the top and last. Similar to this, we can make a space evenly. So now everyone has a similar space, like in the end also, in the start also, and in the end also. Okay, so that's the case. You can have different things. You can also add it to the end. Yeah, you can also make it to the start. So by default it's start, so you can see it's back to the normal, and yeah, that's it. You can have values. It is not usually used. You can do all the stuff using this one. So let's make it to the stars. Okay, so for another axis, which would be a cross axis is nothing but like just going in a row. So right now we are working on a column, so this will be considered in a row. So if I set to the cross axis alignment, and we have multiple options, let's go to the center again. So if you can, now you can see we changed nothing because in the cross axis we are in the center, but if I change the width of stuff, so then you can see it. Let me check. So now you can see all the elements are aligned in the center. So this is my main axis, this is my cross axis. So in the cross axis, this is the center. So that's why all the elements are aligned in the center. Okay, so again, now you can able to see like all the, so this will be by default. So if you create any cross, if you didn't mention any custom cross axis alignment, it will be start. Okay, for both the cases, main axis and the cross axis. Let's check another one. It can be seen at the end. We can see stretch. So now it took like it removes the factor of width and it just stretches out to complete the whole screen, right? This is also useful. Then we have center, stretch, baseline. Also we can apply to the baseline. It gives you an error, so because it is not it is a container, so just remove this stuff. Okay, so right now focus on the 3-2, and I will explain you about the baseline and the upcoming chapters then when we deep dive into the UI parts. Okay, so let's make it again normal. So this is the column. So you can see like columns are literally, you can put different stuffs in it and make it different UIs using it, and that's it. So also there's another widget which is similar to column, which is a row. So now you can see all the elements are aligned in a row position, right? So you can see like we have also an error because it is like going out of the screen. So that's also we have to consider that if you create an error, like I just removed 2 widgets. Still not out of screen, so we can just remove another thing. So now you can see we have our containers over here. Okay, so using column, row is also similar, but both the axis now is changed. So if you now hit the center, it will go to the center of the main axis of it, and if you now hit this center here, it will go to the center. So now right now cross axis will be this, so it is already in center. So now if I change the height, then you can see it is in center, right? So that's all about like a rows and column in the web Flutter. So these are the basic like main stuff in it. So you will be like wondering what was that error we have in like when we created the row. Just a second, let me bring it back to that. Yeah, so now you can see we have an error here. So it is because column and row are the static widgets, and like if I just make it more prolonged, it will cause an error. So let me give you a very great handy widgets which will be very useful in Flutter UI developments, and it will do wonders for you. So right now we are giving the heights and with like by hands, and it is like a little bit pixelated, right? So what if you want to make it like fill the screen automatically, right? So we can do this by a widget, what we call expanded. So expanded, if you just grab a widget with a widget, so just let me remove this too. So now you can see our entire screen is covered by the container 1. Okay, so similar to this, if I just add another expanded, okay, so you can see our screen is completely filled with this. Let me remove the first one so you can see it much better. And so our screen is completely filled with the 2 containers, and they both are equally divided into the screen. So let's have our third container back too, so which is right, we get our third container also. So now it is like very proportionate and looking good. So because we don't have to put a fixed height over here, just remove the height parameter, expanded will take care of it. So what expanded do is tries and check how much space it can get, and it can take the maximum amount of space it can get on the screen. Okay, so there's another parameter which can be used, which is used in expanded, which is a flex parameter. So sometimes you want to cover the first container like 50% of screen and other containers the rest of it. So you can do this by just like making a for So you can give the flex like values, amount of space it can have, right? So right now I give the flex of 3, so this is flex 3, and other remaining part will be given to the other kids. So let me give flex to everyone. So it will divide the container according to the flexes. So now you can see we have 3 flex, 2 flex, and 1 flex. So it is, if I assume it's the 10, there are 10 parts of screen. So this, like there are 6 parts of screen. So this is 3 by 6, this is 1 by 6, and this is 2 by 6. Okay, so you can use flex and expand it in the column and also in rows. Okay, so now you can see we didn't have any error because we didn't have any fixed or pixelated height or width. It's just taking as much space it can get. So if I just fix it, you can see our middle line goes to the center, and that's it. So this is the basics of rows and column in the Flutter. You can do many things in it. You can also create like nested rows and nested columns. So if I want to create something like this, we have let's say we have this screen, we want to create a row in this. So you can also create a children which is a row, and in that you can have an expanded. So let me do this. Let's make it purple, right? Let me format the document for you. Okay, so okay, go like this, 400 and 200. Let's try how it looks, right? Let's remove the flexes and let's make it a small icon, right? You want an icon on the top of it, right? Let's remove this thing. Okay, let's give it a child, which is an icon. Icon dot, let's say favorite. Okay, and let's also give a property to the icon too. This colors dot white. Okay, so now we have this. So for that, modify. So if I use this, let's remove this shit. Okay, we have 3 widgets. So now you can see at the top of the column we have 3 icons over there, and now you can just make it let's give it a height of okay, so you can have it. So let me give a safe area. What is a safe area? Safe area is nothing but a widget which takes care of the widgets going outside the screen, like usable screen. So now you can see as soon as I applied the safe area, it goes like out of the navigation bar. So that's good, right? So user cannot touch here, right? So that's why we use it, and it is very useful, and you must try to use it everywhere in your app and each and every screen. So it will make it more usable and user friendly. So you can see you can use multiple widgets. So just let me give you a height and width. Now I can go 200. That's 200, and just copy this shit out. And so it's also giving error because we will fixated height. Just remove the one. Okay. Yeah. So now you can see. Also, we can also give him alignments here too. Okay, and so you can apply both the alignments, and now you can see you have the center in the center, right? So we will look into the another like very important widget after this in the next video, which will cure our issues, which is like this, the error we have on the fixed item height. So it can be fixed using a scroll bar, right? What if you have multiple widgets in this row and you want to just scroll it, right? So for enabling the scroll, we will talk about the other widgets, which is list view, which is list view, grid views, list view builders, and grid view builders in the next video. So let's talk. Okay, bye, have a nice day.